Hey guys, what's up? Alex here, and today we are here with career mode season 1 finale here in Brazil. We're starting on pole position after a really good qualifying lap. The lights are out and away we go in Brazil. Vettel, Alonso and Rosberg, the cars behind. Vettel looking for a move down the inside, Rosberg looking for a move around the outside. Looks like we've gone in a bit deep there, but looks like Vettel has conceded that position to us straight away. Can we get him around this corner? They're still side by side here. The KERS is going to have to become in use here, as we're going to have to defend using the KERS down this back straight, which will be used for the DRS later on in the race. All the tyres already aren't being too helpful. Vettel alongside me, a little bit of contact was made there, I think, as I was sort of pushed back onto the track by the curbing. But we're in the lead of the race, the Brazilian Grand Prix, just like Nico Rosberg did last year, 2012 Brazilian Grand Prix, leading the race, which was an epic finale. And I really can't wait to see what happens in real life here in 2013. Will Nico Hulkenberg be able to lead in the Sauber? I don't know, but he's managed to lead every single Brazilian Grand Prix that he's taken part in, I think, if I remember correctly. So, well, he's only been in 2 Brazilian Grand Prix, so I think I'm remembering correctly there. He's only took part in 2 Brazilian Grand Prix, and so far he's led both of them. Once he got pole position, so obviously he led from the start, and also last year where he led in a Force India, which was pretty awesome. Let's see if he can do a similar thing this year in the Sauber. It'll be much harder, I think, this year, as the Sauber really isn't exactly the class of the field, but it has got better in recent races, and it's looking good to score some solid points at every race so far remaining the end of the season. So Vettel right up behind us. Hamilton's lost that second to Vettel. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in terms of that lot. I assume we're going to get some sort of train forming behind us soon. The tyres are sort of dropping off. Vettel looking to the inside. There wasn't any space there, so he has to concede the position. Hamilton will be gaining now. Hamilton actually has got right onto the back of Vettel, as Vettel made a slight mistake there. We've still got 2+ on the fuel. So we're going to lap 8, so we're going to make sure we don't completely destroy these tyres. Obviously it isn't the longest lap in the world, but we can destroy the tyres if we push hard enough, so we will try and make sure that doesn't happen. Running a bit wide on the Astro on the outside there, on the curbing, and now we'll use the KERS going up to the start finish line to lead the second lap here in Brazil. But wow, what an absolutely crazy season I've had in career mode. We remember back to the first couple of races where I was just struggling to do absolutely anything, and now we're managing to fight for the win. Obviously I know it's a bit unrealistic, but I wanted to keep it on 1 difficulty for the whole year, otherwise I thought it might be a bit unrealistic, suddenly, you know, going maybe from sort of a top 10 position down to like last place. I wanted to make sure that it was consistent throughout the year in terms of the difficulty level of the AI, and hoping that means that I can move up to the next AI difficulty. I'm not sure what it is, whether it's, I think it's maybe Expert or Legend. I'll switch up to that for next year, and hopefully we'll have fun in that with whichever team we get. Hopefully we'll enjoy it on a better difficulty level. This car is just completely different to what it was in qualifying. Qualifying, it was gripping to the road. Here in the race it is just not wanting to go around any single corner, which is unfortunate, because we had a really good pole lap. I think we were like, I think it was 9/10 or something ahead of Vettel. So it shows you how far I've came in this season, that I've actually been able to now fight for legitimate pole positions. They're going to have the DRS any second now. I think the DRS, well, actually I think the DRS point might have been just about there, or might be here, I'm not sure. But the DRS zone, they will get a bit of extra speed through the DRS. Lap times aren't too good. I'm sure somebody will set a fastest lap. That lap, not sure. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. And yeah, Rosberg setting a 1:15.7. He's outside the top 3, however, so that's not too bad. Obviously, we can use that to our advantage. It means we can obviously judge the situation. We don't need to push too hard. Doesn't look like he's in the top 4 either. There's a Ferrari in 4th, or Alonso. And obviously there is a championship battle here between Vettel and Alonso. I think Vettel is in front by like 7 points. So if Alonso wins, Vettel is second. I think they'll be at equal on points. It just goes down to who has more race wins, which I assume would be Vettel, because I think he's more likely to be the guy that has been up there consistently. I think Vettel has been winning more races, but Alonso has been way more consistent. I think there have been a couple of races where Vettel has been like, I think there's been a couple of races where Vettel's been outside the points. I think Fernando Alonso's pretty much been in the points in every single race this season so far, so that's good for him. We've been pretty consistent. I think there's only been a couple, 2 or 3 race weekends where we've been outside the points. There we go, there's the fastest lap on the board. 1:15.6 for the Force India guy. That's a bit weird saying from a third person perspective there. I'm commentating about myself. Vettel now got the DRS, is looking to try and get the manoeuvre done. Isn't the space there, and I don't know what just happened there. I heard some front wing just being smashed off, and I think it might have been Hamilton on the back of Sebastian Vettel here in Brazil. I think there was some contact there, which may lead for Hamilton losing front end grip. Please team, stop telling me I've got tyre wear, because I really don't care. Right, try and keep it on the road now. Thing is, as soon as I see that I've got degradation on my tyres, I start to perform worse, which is a bit annoying. And it's a bit frustrating, but I wish there was an option to turn that off, because that really sort of does frustrate me, seeing what the tyre wears are at. I mean, I wouldn't mind it if, you know, if you automatic, you know, if it manually, sorry, if you manually switch through and it said that, but it's the fact that it automatically pops up is kind of annoying for me, because I don't like to know how my tyres are doing, because it sort of makes me drive worse if I see them doing, you know, if I see them tyre, what am I trying to say, if I see the tyres degrading, I sort of end up doing worse. So Alonso on full revs. We're not gonna, what we'll probably do in the middle sector is actually counter that by using, we'll use the inside line there. Vettel not looking for an overtake, and in this middle sector we're gonna run on lean. That'll be just to save us that little bit of extra fuel. Yep, look at that, Vettel lost the position there to Hamilton. He tried to go for the move on me, but in turn just dropped back a load of speed on the guys behind, which is unfortunate for him. I think the Brazilian Grand Prix is one of the shorter races of the season, so I don't know how long this video will be, but hopefully it won't be a huge amount of time. Just got to slowly go around the corners, make sure I don't make any silly mistakes. We've got a pretty good gap actually on, I think this sort of queue goes down to probably about 10th position. I can't count them all out on the top of my head, but now we've got a defence from Hamilton who's going to have DRS at some point down here. He's not really that close, but the DRS zone is right here by the LG sign on the pit wall. There we go, the DRS flaps will open on all the cars behind. But it looks like Vettel actually has got the manoeuvre done. I think he's saw my mirrors. See, Vettel has overtaken Hamilton, and now Hamilton has sort of pushed a bit of a queue. I suppose actually it's Alonso that's got the queue behind him now. I think Hamilton dropped back a couple of positions there. Grip all but gone here in Brazil. I think we sort of cut off Vettel there, but I'm not really in this championship battle, but I'm going to try and go for this win anyway. I want to make sure that I can beat Rosberg. Oh, Vettel running side by side. My grip has gone. Why is my steering hasn't gone? And I think we'll use a flashback here. This is our last race with flashbacks, so I think we'll use them. I think that was the side pod glitch we saw there. We went in way too deep. We went in deep, but then look, we hit Alonso on his side pod, and I think there's some sort of silly glitch where if you hit the side pods, you can. Oh well. Right, I don't think I'm going to want to waste any more time getting all my tyres just destroyed. So we'll come into the pit lane here 1 lap early. Sparks flying in the Force India. And we're going to obviously lose quite a few positions here. Hulkenberg there. Somebody has retired from the race. We'll quickly look here because I suppose a lot of people end up asking. So we'll see who that is. It's Ricardo, who's retired from the race. Putting the rear tyres back on the car. And out the pits we go. Di Resta will come out quite close to him. Even though Di Resta hasn't pitted yet, we're going to come out quite close to him. and we can now put it into fast fuel mixture and see what we can do. Hopefully this will gain us a bit of time on those guys. Force India crew doing a good job. We got a bit of clean air in front of us. I think hopefully putting these tyres on 1 lap early would have helped us out, because I think otherwise our tyres would just be completely destroyed. I like how it says we'd have trouble closing the gap, even though we're on fresh primes and he is on complete destroyed options. Doesn't seem much sense in that, but so it looks like it's going to be a 1-2 for Alonso and Vettel, but whether we can get a podium or not will be down to us. Looking for at least some sort of points to make sure that Rosberg doesn't get past us in this championship. The rest in 14th, Verne in 16th, looks like Williams there in 13th. It's all down to this last race. The championship for Alonso and Vettel is down to this last race. The battle between me and Rosberg has gone down to the final race here in Brazil. Everyone else peeling into the pit lane. Actually, a couple of guys not deciding to peel into the pit lane. Who's this we're alongside? I think it might be Vettel here. We might have jumped Sebastian Vettel through the pit stops, and we have. That coming in that 1 lap early really helped us out. The tyres did go off, so we got the undercut, which is exactly what we wanted. And now we're back into the lead of the race, and we just want to make sure we clear all the rest of these guys. So we'll run in fast fuel mixture until all these other guys have pitted. Oh, bit of a mistake there. So means Vettel will be all over us. Just make sure I don't spin up the wheels too much. Make sure we don't lose too much time to these guys in the pits, because now I'm on a fast lap of the race, but I think there's a couple of mistakes in there which might mean we don't get this position that I want here. It's going to be tough stuff to make sure we get out in front of these guys, but I think we got the fastest lap of the race there as well, 1:14.9, and we've jumped everyone. Let's go for one more fast lap here. I don't know whether those guys are going to have DRS, but Alonso probably will, and he needs to get past Sebastian Vettel here. If Alonso doesn't get past Vettel, the championship is over. Because he needs to get past Vettel, then me. It's more likely to get past me, to be perfectly honest, just because my tyres are completely destroyed at the end of these races normally. There we go, these tyres really will be working into our favour here, just for these next couple of laps. Then they, well, I think they're up to the temperature of the cars behind. So we'll be going into this final sector here. Nearly 2 temps up, I should say, on the fastest time. Used that bit of extra curves there just to make sure, going through the detection point and then the activation point there. We didn't have the DRS, but we did get the fastest lap of the race once again. Exactly what I could be doing in qualifying was just those fastest laps, but race didn't seem to be working in our favour. I think the top 4 in this race are the top 4 in the championship. I can't remember. I think Raikkonen is the guy in third position, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So we're over halfway into this race now. 11th out of the 18th. 11th out of the 18th. That doesn't make any sense. 11 out of the 18 laps have, well, 10 out of the laps have been completed. This will be the 11th when we cross the line. So it's going to be tricky stuff to keep Vettel and Alonso behind me, especially the end of this stint when my tyres will be completely destroyed. And theirs will be just that 1 lap fresher, which will be good, especially, well, for them it will be good. The AI as well don't seem to suffer with as much tyre wear. Alonso 13:37 back, he's really pushing on. Sebastian Vettel has been losing time on this lap, and I think Alonso will get the fastest lap of the race. We might grab it for a second or two, but Alonso will probably grab it straight back. Oh yeah, I think he will. So Alonso's on a charge. He wants this World Championship. I think it'll pop up with Alonso's name. Yeah, 2 tenths faster than me on that lap. 2 tenths faster than me. But at least we're putting in consistent lap times here at the end of the season. Exactly what we wanted. And that first sector, Alonso really closes in on me. He seems to have a much faster car in the straight line. Vettel now 1.5 back from Alonso. Alonso is on a huge charge here. It's going to be... I mean, Alonso has to get past me now. It's the only way he's going to win this championship is get past me. Otherwise, he won't. Alonso on full revs, however, will be looking for the advantage here. He'll be in the DRS zone. Vettel won't be. Vettel is still losing time to Alonso behind, but Alonso will be in the DRS zone here, and will gain some tenths of a second, which will put him in the next DRS zone, the next DRS zone, the next DRS zone. So overall, he's going to be getting closer and closer each lap. And that was a much faster lap from Alonso there. That will put him, I think, with about 14 flat, I assume. Oh, it's Rosberg in a 14.3 there. Rosberg up into 3rd position. Alonso going for the manoeuvre down the inside. We're going to be running side by side. We'll cut Alonso off there. Oh, Rosberg wasn't in 4th position. I thought he was there briefly, but looks like Rosberg isn't in 4th position. He set the fastest lap, but I must have just misseen something, or maybe Rosberg retired from the race. I don't know, but I'm paying too much attention to the graphics on the screen and not the track. So we ran onto the grass there ever so slightly. And this is really putting Alonso back into Sebastian Vettel's clutches here. Alonso needs to get it on the main straight, because then otherwise I'm not really going to be able to counter-attack on the next straight. So Alonso needs to get me on this straight coming up here, and you know, I've got to make sure he doesn't get past me because I want to get this win. But Alonso's probably going to get me around the outside here. He's got me even before the DRS zone, but the fact is here we can open our DRS and we should be right behind him. We'll be in the slipstream here, and we might even get him before the DRS zone activates. But the DRS zone is activated. I forgot to use any of my curves, which was stupid of me there. I could have really pushed myself a bit higher up there, but now Alonso will be in our DRS zone. Apparently Rosberg is in P4 there on the mini-map. He's setting another fastest lap of the race. Rosberg is joining this queue here. So it's going to be incredibly tough to keep these guys behind me, but I'm going to be trying my absolute best to do so, as I want this win in the final race of the year. It's pretty much between us four. There's a massive cube there, back for 5th position. So Alonso needs to get past me here, but doesn't seem to be doing a very good job at overtaking. He went around the outside of us here 1 lap ago. He gets the good grip off the corners, just like he does off the grid in real life. The Ferrari, very good in terms of that. But Alonso now looking to the inside. There wasn't any space there, as I was running against the wall pretty much. Is he going to look for the overtake on the inside? He does, but once again, he loses the position there to Vettel. Now Alonso is down to 4th position. This is the championship getting away from Alonso here. It is absolutely intense in that championship battle. Three cars are broken away from their group, and they're now coming back after us. Right, so we got pretty much a full bar of curves here. We've got a couple of laps to go. Who will be the champion, and who will be the best out of this race, me or Rosberg? The DRS isn't too effective here. in Brazil down this main street for some reason. I think it's just because it's so late on in the lap. Alonso looking for a manoeuvre down the inside. That wasn't ever going to happen. Whoa, Vettel right behind me there. I didn't even spot he was so close. He was on the limit there. Sebastian Vettel trying to get the overtake done. And now we're going to defend with all our must with curves down the inside. And now Vettel has lost position. He's down. Oh no, he squeezed out Alonso. There's contact back there for third position on the road now. Me versus Rosberg. This is for a Mercedes drive right here. Right, so Rosberg, the car behind us, looking for every overtake possible now. Alonso's going to be swabbled, that's not even a word, swallowed up by cars behind him. We've got 2 laps to go as we cross the line here. And probably one of the more exciting races on my 2013 career mode so far. There's action wherever you look, and there has been a big queue of cars come up to the back of us after we've had to start defending from the likes of Rosberg, Vettel and Alonso. The DRS will open on Rosberg's car here, and he'll be looking for an inside manoeuvre. Boy, trying to go for the outside actually, but that was never going to work. I think that was Vettel getting overtaken by Alonso there. Big stuff. Alonso needs to now get past. Alonso now needs to get past Rosberg, but there's crazy stuff I can see on the mini map. They're all over the place, but Alonso will be looking for a manoeuvre, and Rosberg now gets back past us. We're going to use the curves. Can we get the cut back under here? An ambitious move down the inside. We'll use a bit of the grass on the inside, but Rosberg gives up the position. That was a risky move back down the inside. We had to use a bit of the grass on the inside, as otherwise it would have been a really messy pass there. But we're going to go on to this last lap of the race not knowing who's going to be the champion. It's going to be incredibly close about who is the 2013 champion, or the Season 1 champion I should say, on my career mode. Rosberg getting that manoeuvre done. My tyres are destroyed, but I'm happy that I pitted that 1 lap early to get this cut back, and now I'm back in the lead of this race, which is exactly what I wanted. Rosberg trying to look for a move, but it doesn't happen. Now we've only got a couple of overtaking opportunities to go. Will Rosberg use the curse to his advantage down here? And the DRS, but the DRS just isn't working out for him. I spent so much time looking back in this race, I'm sorry about that. I know it's probably losing me time, but I'm just so interested in this battle here for the championship. I'm more excited about that than my battle with Rosberg here. Oh, I think there's a Lotus now in front of Sebastian Vettel. This could be massive for the championship, especially if Alonso, if Rosberg overtakes. Well, there's contact with me and Rosberg. I went onto the marbles on the outside. He went to the outside to try and Rosberg all over me. I just can't. I absolutely can't give up this position. I've got a bit of marbles on my tyres, but luckily we're going to be able to run up to the line and we're going to win the final race of the season. It's going to be awesome for me. And looks like there was side-by-side action behind. I don't know who finished first out of Alonso and Raikkonen there. We finished first, our teammate down in 15th. What an absolutely crazy race. I enjoyed that one immensely. We win in our final race for Force India. Alonso is going to be 2 points behind in the championship. There we go. The team thanking me for putting 182 points on the board. There's the constructors table for anybody wondering. Red Bull dominating that one. Vettel only winning from 2 points over Alonso, pretty much like real life. Alonso Obviously 3 points I think it was behind last year, but we win the final race of the season exactly the way I wanted to end the season and the way I wanted to go on to Season 2 of Career Mode, which would be 50% races, 100% live commentated, but I probably will put some annotations in the comment section about all the interesting bits of the race. That's what somebody suggested me to do, and I probably will end up doing it, and it probably will be good to end up doing that. Just to make sure everyone can see the bits that they want and the exciting bits of the race, not just me driving around by myself. So career statistics: 366 laps completed, highest speed of 215 miles an hour. Now, we didn't win the championship. We got 3 fastest laps, 3 pole positions, 6 was our average finishing positions, 3 wins, 182 points. We've beaten our rivals 1 out of 1, and objective achieved 24 out of 38. Career XP is 33,000 and rank 9. And we are now with Mercedes after we beat Rosberg for Season 2. I look forward to seeing you there. So I'll see you in a couple of days' time for Season 2.